Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first episode of Bastion. Truly, it has a special place in my heart, and ever since I played this game many years ago, I have been absolutely hooked on Supergiant Games. This is pretty much their flagship title, and knowing Hades is coming out very soon, it's got me feeling like I gotta play through all of them again. Now, I avoided playing through these to death a long time ago. I said I was only gonna play through it once and keep those feelings close, but I think it's long overdue. I am going to attempt to not speak over Logan as much as I possibly can, but at times that will be difficult. Either way, let's get into it.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
I know when I first heard that voice, it's not what really sunk me into Supergiant, but it was so crisp, so clear. I just had to crank up the volume and turn down all other sounds. And that's probably how most people hear about this game, is just the sounds. Every once in a while he'll make funny little snippets and he'll comment on what you're doing, and that really makes this game feel.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing away. He don't stop to wonder why.
Yeah, and not only that,
His lifelong friend,
we
just
know
lying in the road.
we
Well,
know this game
touching
for
reunion.
its vocals, but something's got to be said about the gameplay itself. While it's not groundbreaking, and none of their games really are,
He sees what's left of the rippling wall.
you can really
Years of
appreciate
work
that
undone
every time they make a game,
in the
they
calamity.
try to make something a little more unique and less plain.
That
They
is
could have
right.
probably sold
No man
quite a lot of copies just off the voice acting alone, but they went even further, and you can really appreciate that.
Starts to feel his bruises, though.
Oh, it took damage there, huh? Here's another little snippet he makes. Very first one
Kid just rages for a while.
the very first one I ever heard. Now, we won't be dawdling too much in this playthrough, but it does benefit you to at least spend a little bit of extra time wherever you happen to be, just smashing things, because you typically do get this game's currency from doing that. And there's plenty of hidden goodies laying about.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes
You
you
get
just
some
need a drink.
Estus flasks, of course.
Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her. A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
Squirts. There was a couple more, but we will try to play through this not quickly,
He sets
but
foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes.
not too slowly either.
Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did. Rondi always wanted his ashes scattered here. Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Ah, the shield. We can get our parry on.
The security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery.
Oh
Guess,
boy.
fellas.
Now, we'll try to take as little damage as we can so we can get all those EXP bonuses. Picking up heals when you don't need any. Does give you a little bit of extra. Game still feels good after all these years.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid.
Now, not really iframes in this game, so your time dodges don't benefit you much at all.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
Oh. Nothing else around here? We'll pick up a little bit of cash and then we'll move on. Now, I'm not even using the Fang repeater quite yet, but
He gets a good
boy,
look
does
at
it get
things
good
on his
later.
way down. He lands on top of a breaker's
Not a
bow
huge fan of
and
the
an rope.
bow. Admittedly, it's a little bit slow. I do like the
Kid's got a
faster
good
paced
perch for some target
options in
practice.
this game.
He knows he should draw the string all the way back.
Now, what do we got over here?
The
Ah,
kid
yes.
pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
And now these ranged ones you can only take out with your ranged attacks,
Right back at
or
ya.
just by reflecting their attacks back at them, and that's
Good
what
news is
I
the emergency
much
defenses
prefer to
still
do.
work. Bad news is they aim
much
for the
faster,
kid.
I think. And it's very satisfying. I remember when I first played through the game, I didn't even know you could do that, and then there's a challenge you come up against later that you need to be able to do that, and it took me a while to get past that, I gotta admit. Oh, there we go.
He finds the distillery right next to the
Yeah, they're pretty
arsenal.
generous with the heals this early on, so it's easy to get maximum experience. Do some classic rolls
The
to speed up.
arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
We'll switch back to the repeater. I really like it for this. Now we do have our special attacks, but unless I have to use them, I typically avoid
One
to,
sip
because
of the
once again you
spirits
do
in that
get
distillery,
you
and
get
the
more
kid'll feel
experience
like
if you
a new
don't.
man.
Do we care about any? Only active when at full health. We'll go with this. Yeah. Just so we have to, we don't have to go quite as far to pick them up. Laziness, you know. Oops,
Some
that's
of
not the
them
right button.
squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
Oh, yes. The spawners. Yeah, nothing to worry about. It's just something so satisfying about hitting all of these barricades and various blocks.
That one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them, though.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to try and get a word in edgewise. I never want to talk when Logan might be. But that's
Very
alright.
large, sends the kid on his way.
If you really want to experience this game, you definitely have to play it yourself. Maybe turn down a little bit of the sound effects and then crank up the audio. Yeah. We'll have a tough time reflecting when we're on this moving platform. Repeater's just so good, so don't really have to worry about them getting away. Oh, they got us good there. We'll be fine. Oh yes, we gotta pick this up.
Kid takes
Something
a chunk
heavy.
of alloy.
Upgrade
Smell of
material.
barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
let's finish off the little one. Now, these things are never tough on their own, but with other enemies they can be. Now, this big guy, he will hurt if he hits us. There, they finished him off for us. Ooh, gotta be careful. You do get some extra Logan lines if you happen to fall, but we can avoid it if it were possible.
Rob's a scumbag of his last meal.
Alright, let's not die to him. There, that wasn't too bad. Ah, it's a good thing we got that magnet, huh? Saved us some time picking up all these essence. Was there something back on the stairs? No.
He finds the core to the Wharf District.
Yeah, this game has plenty of secrets. If you want to find them all, you certainly can, but a lot of them aren't necessary.
Kid has a feeling you better get a move on. The place is starting to fall.
Oops. Also, the first time I played through this game, used the keyboard. Gotta admit, not a good keyboard game.
See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running.
I guess we should stop dilly-dallying. They're pretty generous with the time frame here, so we don't have too much to worry about. Probably not gonna be able to kill this guy, but we might. Oh no, we got him. Tough to tell how much health they have just based on size alone. There we are. We're doing pretty good so far. We haven't had any mess-ups. But this is the first level, so we don't really have too much to worry about.
Whisks him where it needs to go.
Alright.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races.
The Bastion. It's the name.
Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell.
We have lots of lore coming from this, so maybe we'll sit back and relax while we listen.
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest. Enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there. Then watch.
Yep. Then this place will come to life.
I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, alright. Except no one else showed up.
Yep.
Ain't always much to say. And just like that, the Bastion comes alive.
Now we're cooking.
Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use.
I'm not sure if I'm
Now
going to
the
be
Bastion
investing
can
too
send it
much
even
in
farther.
the hammer,
The
but
wild unknown.
if we just upgrade the repeater, then I'll be fine with that.
Kid ponders what to build.
I think we'll start with the arsenal.
The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
Oh, we already got this, huh? Mm-hmm. Could be good, but I probably won't be using too many tonics.
Better than a box of nails.
We didn't unlock any weapons. It surely would have told us. Yeah. New weapon. No. There we are. Alright. Now let's
Kid don't know
continue
what's out there
on.
waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
We already have a proving grounds, huh? Sure. Might as well pop right in. The first couple ones are not too hard, so.
The breakers used to come here for target practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets in the fewest shots.
So for the top prize, we need to be able to do this in 5 shots. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do it in 4 shots. So we can mess up 1 time. 1. That's our 1 mess up. There's 3. And now we just have to get the power shot. This will be tough. Yeah, we got it. First prize. That wasn't too bad. Pick up our goodies. Nice. Now we can't use these materials quite yet.
I don't believe it when he says he passed the Breakers challenge. Sometimes a single look says it all.
Yeah, I don't think we can use them quite yet. That's alright. We got it out of the way early, so now we can focus on other things. To the ward. I'm not still using the bow, am I, though?
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong.
No, we got a repeater, that's good.
Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Just about anything.
The machete.
It's quick for slicing.
Love it.
Light enough to throw.
Now if we get a secondary weapon we don't care about, we can still hit ranged with our throw. The damage isn't incredible, but the DPS is quite high.
They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. No sign of
Cool, but we
here.
won't be using that.
At least the kid got something for his trouble.
And we'll probably go down all the routes, if I had to guess. Sure is nice being able to kill squirts
Them
very
squirts
quickly.
just don't know when to quit.
Yeah.
He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag Alley.
Scumbag Alley.
Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash.
We'll take him out with range just so we're not
And
taking
there
too
he
much
is,
damage.
The oldest scumbag of them all. Gershel.
What a terrifying name. Gershel. Yeah, I'll clear out a bit of the extras, just to give us a little bit more room. But Peter sure does some pretty decent damage. Pick up a little bit of this stuff laying around. Nothing here but experience and money, it seems.
No surprise. Like the gas fellas are hiding it from him.
Oh. Nice. Upgrade materials for that. We do a little bit of making our way back. It looks like we get a few more enemies to kill.
Side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Somehow that old forge is still standing.
Ah, this one likes its jump attacks, huh? Yeah, definitely liking the machete. This might be something we stick with. Ah, the forge. Now we can spend our upgrade materials.
Inside the forge, Kid can fine-tune those instruments of his.
I guess we might as well upgrade the... it does cost something. Let's see. Crit chance. Attacks cripple foes. Attacks deal damage over time. Definitely like the sound of that. Cripple foes? Is that less movement or something?
A little
Either way.
Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light.
Locked. And we don't have any fancy, right? Yeah. That's good. Starting out with an upgraded weapons. So nice.
Guess again.
Oh, there's a few gassed fellows, maybe? Let's see. It looks like it slows him down. Which is excellent.
Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock.
Now I wonder if the sort of bleed effect stacks at all. Nice. Your rolls, by the way, do a very small amount of damage.
No why gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing.
Part of a team.
And there it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage.
Well, then we just gotta bust it out.
A blustery old foreman is keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd.
Yeah, we got the spin attacks now. Oop. The recover pretty much patches up any mistakes we could be making. This guy does hit quite hard though, so we have to be careful. I suppose I could just be blocking these. It is difficult to get the lock on quite right. That's why I typically don't bother with the shield. In this scenario, the boss is kind of prioritized, so you'll face away from what you're trying to. Yeah. We'll just finish off the rest of them the old-fashioned way. That's all of them. Now we just got him. We could just shoot him to death, I suppose. As he does pretty much only the spin attack.
And now there's a new marshal in town.
Still nothing too difficult yet.
Here's the whole place grown, but it's too tough to fall. Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
Now that's tutorial done right. It doesn't sound like a tutorial, but it is informing you which way to go. Any more backtracking we might want to do? Enemies on the way? No. Alright. Back at it. 2 levels down. Pretty quick.
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
Now we'll probably be going with the distillery. Although, a forge would be nice too. Nah, we'll go with the distillery.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
What do we got? Health we don't care about. Critical hit chance. Probably not going to be using because we won't have full health most of the time. That's interesting. Active only when below 33%. Speed while defending. We're pretty aggressive. Let's go with this.
Party punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times.
And let's see what he has to say. Ah, the ragged hood.
The windbags used to be alright, then the calamity took the floor out from under him.
Now we got a little friend. Adorable. Before we go, we will want to swap this out, I think, to the Bolt Burst. The machete doesn't have one? Not yet, at least.
The repeater and machete, favorite choices of the Ura hunters we once fought.
Ura hunters. Yeah, this could very well be just the layout we use for the rest of the game. But I thank you all for stopping by for the very first episode, and I wish you all a good day.